I see something that I don't understand, I ask it right away. Okay.
Sure. Good. Okay. So at the top we can see the content acquisition and the planning part, and then in the bottom we can see the ads and the campaign management. So goes to the schedule, secondary events part, layout integration is there, reconciliation billing, and followed up by the dynamic reporting part. Okay. These are some of the pre-integrated major playouts we are working with, and we have integrated in past for our clients. These are some of the key features which we will highlight during the solution presentation, like efficient planning, so that in the EPG planning we have like repeat patterns, recursive loops, auto planning by slot features, which helps to streamline the planning part and make it more efficient. Okay. So it supports different genres of broadcasting like GEC channels, sports, radio, music, and the news. Then fast playlist scheduling is also a part of the solution, which is basically an auto underrun and overrun management with few constraints which are there in the system, so that it can help you automatically fill up.
Vishal, we lost you. We lost you in between, during fast playlist.
Okay. Okay. The screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Okay. So fast playlist is there where the system, apart from the legacy scheduling, allows you some separate features like auto underrun and overrun management to fill up the playlist faster and make it through with saving time and the resources. Single click graphic execution overall on the overall playlist. Import agencies within PDF directly. So this is one of the features we have recently developed, facing a problem with some of our clients where they had to basically the agencies were sharing like PDFs for the release order, and they had to like read them and put it into an Excel format to import into the BMS software. So what we have done, like we have integrated with some of the agencies, and we are open to integrate with more, and they can read their PDF ROs directly to import in the system, which eventually saves time in the long run. Ad spot optimizer is there, which is basically when you have some overbookings of the commercials and you have some limitations on the channel that you can run only a limited number of FCT. So you can optimize and set some rules like which agencies and which clients you need to focus upon for the you want to give the preferences to, right? Sales inventory and target dashboards, again for the sales part, where you can set targets for your sales executives. You can see what they have achieved. You can see the available inventory for the booking, and you can see the top performance tag. Okay. So yeah, this is the next slide where we are highlighting some of the workflow automations that comes along with the solutions, right? So auto segmentation is where we integrate with your. It can come from your MAM system, right? The durations, actual durations, or we integrate directly with your edit machine where the editor post editing can put a file into a watch folder and we can read in the time codes so that you don't have to enter it in the BMS software. And we have integrated with like Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, all those solutions. Next 2 points are related to the reconciliation where we can automatically pull the as runs if the playout supports the automatically as run pull on the daily basis and auto reconciliation. In case the API is not there with the playout for as run pull, we can do a like FTP or a watch folder based concept to automate this process. Then the MAM integration is there so that it can be tightly coupled for all the assets. It works in both manner. Either we can create the asset in the traffic scheduling first, and then it goes to the MAM with the same ID, or it can be ingested first in the MAM and then comes to integrate with the BMS software. Automated playlist delivery is again where you can like instead of exporting the file and then importing it into the automation, we can directly integrate with the playout so that we can submit the playlist through a watch folder based concept or an API integrations like that. And the last one is the notifications part, where it helps you to notify if there are any like contents which you have acquired, right? And they have some exhibitions left, and the expiry date is near, so that system can notify you, right? And if there are any last minute book commercials which are and the playlists are finalized, so that it can also notify the user that some of the book spots are not entered into the playlist, so that they can revise it, right? So that there is no revenue loss. The next one is the automated secondary events, where we will be showcasing you the how we can configure the different kind of secondary events, how we can configure the rules around it, so that we can club multiple secondary events into execution sheet and apply it on the complete schedule in one go. So this, okay, we'll directly jump to this. So yeah, these are some of the client bases where the solution is currently deployed. So Disney, we are handling like 14 channels in the Middle East region. There is an Indian news channel. Then the KBC is the radio station in the Kenya. QU again in India, Benuna, Alarm, National Geographic in the Middle East part. Encompass Singapore, where we are handling the Star Hub and Hub Premier channels for the sports. Akash TV Bangladesh, the Africa channel, and the Cartoon Studios from the US. Out of these, SMG and Action 24 are the latest onboardings. SMG from Malaysia and Action 24 from Greece. So over and all, like 100 plus channels and radio stations on a using POS Studio. So any questions so far before we jump directly to the solution? Okay. So now if you want to like record the session, we can.
It has to be you or whoever is
the host.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
perfect. Thanks, Joanne.
Okay. Starting.
Okay.
Yeah, should be working.
Yes. Okay. So this is the solution. The solution, I'll give you an overview regarding the solution. So this is a web-based solution, right? And it can be hosted on the Windows OS or the Linux ones, right? It's cloud agnostic. So either you can use the on-prem side, you can use the cloud, AWS, Azure, GCP, anywhere it is hostable. The technology is the latest technology stack. We are using the MERN stack, where we are using React.js, Node.js, and the MongoDB as a database. So directly I'll jump in to the solution. So starting with the dashboard, where it is related to the booking, where it is highlighting you the top 10 agencies, clients, all those stuff. The second one is the inventory related, where it can highlight you regarding the sales inventory you have. So if I search for any, I can quickly show up, and system can tell me that, okay, according to the FCT limitations per hour I have, it can tell you like how much is the slot currently utilized and how much it is available for the booking. Right. So apart from dashboard, directly we will jump into the process from where it begins. So the rights part. So let's say these are some of the contracts. I'll edit one of them. So this is the contract where I can manage my rights contract for the linear and the non-linear part. I can manage my licensors, pays, amortization rules. If I want to attach, then in bottom are the actual contents which are coming under this contract, right? So for every content.
Wait, just wait, stop.
Okay.
Let's come back one step. So before going to the content, if I want to add a new contract, how can I do it?
Simply you can
Has
go
to
to
be
the contract.
manually inserted, or can we have like an Excel template to add?
Currently, it's a manual process, but yes, the system does have importing process, a complete module specifically for importing content in different areas. Like it can be the content, it can be EPG related stuff, it can be scheduling related stuff, right? So there we can have a contract part as well. So
Okay. I'm
I'll
saying
show
this
you that part.
because we are having, so we receive a lot of contracts in Excel format from the content owners, and we want to understand how easily it is to just import it from an Excel. Let's say this.
Okay, so there is a specific module for the import part, which is the dynamic one. Like if I go to this ingestion template, I can have an ingestion template for different modules. Like let's say these are the ones which are currently listed, but we can let's take an example of a movie, right? So similarly, we'll have a contract where we will have the contract fields, right? So in terms of movie, I can have different import part. I can import from the API. I can import from the Excel, where I can simply select the Excel, and I can map my Excel fields because the fields in the Excel can be different from what my system needs. So I can map the fields with the Excel and directly import it. So you don't have to convert your Excel into a R system fields format. You can map it. And then once the template is ready, you can go to the injection area and you can select the template, you can select the file and ingest. So it's a quite dynamic one.
Good, thanks.
So coming back to the contract. So this is the manual way of adding or editing the contract. So coming to the content, if I'm attaching one of the content to the contract, so I can have the title. I can manage the start and end dates for what the contract period is. The rights are valid for which channels I'll have rights for this content. If I have multiple channels, then in which region I can air this content, amount if I want to mention, and then at the bottom is a very important part, which is the number of runs I'm getting. So either I can have unlimited runs for this content, or either I can limit the runs to a specific number of exhibitions and repeats. Apart from this, if this contract comes with a blackout period, like let's say I have 6 months of contract, and out of these there are some specific dates where I cannot use this content, so I can mark the deal blackout part as well. So that whenever the planners will try to schedule the content on these blackout dates, so system will prompt them that okay, these are marked as the blackout dates, so it's an invalid thing. Apart from that, contract comes where you can actually download the history as well of the contract, so that you can see like from this contract content where the content is on air, what is the contract run report, how many exhibitions are utilized, how many repeats are left, like that. So run report is also a part of the solution, and if you are using the amortization part as well, so you can generate an amortization report as well. Okay, so we move to the next module. Once the contract is entered, we go to the media management. So in media management, we have different categories. Like it can be a series, which is let's say a bunch of different seasons. We can have seasons, right, which will have multiple episodes inside it. We can have independent programs, which can be a documentary or a standalone program, and we have movies in the long form. So every content, I'll edit one of the movie to give you an idea. So this is the movie how we are managing it. So we can manage the basic ones like the generating the incremental asset IDs. We can have the block durations, genres, and the description part, right? Apart from that, we can manage the metadata part, which can be the technical metadata related to PG ratings, production years, different languages, keywords, right? And the synopsis. Synopsis can also be managed into multiple languages. And similarly for the cast and crew. Now, one feature we have here is like the system is integrated with the IMDb part as well, so that if you are adding any content which is on the public domain or on the IMDb, you can pull out the metadata from IMDb as well. And we have integrated a Boss AI feature so that it's integrated with the OpenAI and it can help you generate the metadata. So if I search with this feature, it is gathering the metadata from the public domain if it's available, and it can help you generate it, right? And if you feel just these things are good, you can use them in the media management for the faster media management part, right? Similarly, for the synopsis, I can generate synopsis into multiple languages using the AI feature, so that it can help you create the synopsis in multiple languages if you require for multiple regions, right? And you can use it. Apart from that, for in the metadata part, we have the dynamic fields area, so that let's say after go live or 3 months down the line, you say you want to capture more fields in the system which currently you don't have. So you don't have to come to the vendor and ask for those developments for the fields. You can simply add fields on your own and start capturing the metadata and use it throughout the application. So in this, we have a module in the utility, like a form fields, where I can search for the metadata table labs data. And I can create new fields in the system. So I can have an input kind of a field, I can have a checkbox, date field, email, or these kind of field, and I can create more fields to capture the data. Right. Okay, so coming back to the movie. So this boss AI feature which I have just showcased you is actually the start of a journey. So our team is actually now working on agentic AI, which we will be integrating in the solution to enhance the workflows, to make the solution more efficient and try to automate the processes which it can, basically, where it is required, right? Then in the media management, we have the versions where we can maintain different versions. So a movie can have a 5 segment version, 4 segment version, right? Similarly, for the, let's say it's a sports event. So we can maintain multiple versions of it. It can be live versions, recorded versions, right? And we can manage this time codes for each version. Now, this is a part of a workflow automation where for the recorded event, uh, it the time codes can come from the MAM asset, time codes can come from the edit machine, or the time codes can be manually entered, right? Then we have a publishing block, so that it highlights you basically from where this contract, the content is coming, and how many times the contract is renewed, or the content may have come from different licensors, partners, licensees, like that. Next is the format. Format is where we can attach a specific block, a repeat break pattern for the specific content. Like when it's a 6 segment or a 4 segment, like after every segment we want a 2 minute of promo or 1 minute of commercials, like that. So you can predefine the block so that it will be helpful for the schedulers to do the scheduling, right? Localization is also a part in the metadata, so that if you want to enter the complete metadata in different languages, you can enter that and use it as a language specific things. Then in the long form itself, we have this the live event sections separately as well, where you can enter the tournaments. You can manage the matches. Like let's say I have a tournament, so you can manage like what kind of tournament it is. Is there a specific tournament ID coming in, the channels it belongs to, right? The tournament groups and all this. On the right side, you can see the multiple matches which will come under this tournament. You can edit them. You can make a quick edit of it. so that you can enter the team A related details, the round it is, poster URLs, all those things. This is also integrate. This can be integrated with the sports API, so that if we want to fetch some of the content from the sports API, we can also do it, and so that it eases the part for the ingesting the metadata, right? So if you want to, let's say, integrate some of the sports API, so that is also possible. Then in the media management, these are, I'll skip it. So these are the short forms where we can manage the trailers, interstitials, promos, network IDs, commercials, fillers, like that, right? Then post media management, we'll jump to the planning. If you have any questions still now, okay. Okay. So the next is the planning. So once the metadata is ready, we jump to the planning section where we can have this whole planning grid. You can have your 20, you can drag and drop the shows. On the right hand side you are seeing your complete media library, which is valid for this planning channel. So you can filter out the content which you want to schedule. So in filter out you can see, like, okay, you can filter by different media categories, you can filter by their publishing rights, you can filter by, if you're working on multiple channels at the same time, you can open plan for multiple channels at the same time. So you can filter out the content as well. Genre specific filtering, PG rating, cast and crew specific, production year, or if it is a live match as well, you can filter out the live sports as well. Also, what I have showcased you in the back was the live events and the tournaments. So when you're working on a specific plan, so there is a tab for the live events, right? So if you have created any metadata or tournaments or matches for this channel, uh, so you'll get an automatic list for this window that, okay, in this particular week, these are the live matches which are going to be on air, and every match will have its scheduled on air time. So you can always select multiple matches and just populate it in the schedule. You don't have to drag it one by one. They will go to their respective start times automatically. And then when you want to create a repeat of it, you can create a repeat of it. So this is one way where we can drag and drop the shows in the plan. The other way around is you can import this EPG again. Like if you have the EPG coming in an Excel, or some of your team member is preparing, so they can have it in the Excel, and from the ingestion module, we can import the EPG. So you don't have to drag and drop each time. In case you want to change any version, you can see the available versions, and you can switch to a different versions every time. Right. And let's say in case it is a sports event, so there is an option for TX status marking, so that if it is a live, it is a repeat, if it has a same day delay, you can set this up so that schedulers can see it as well. And it comes in the EPG part as well. Apart from this, let's say if it's a kind of a series kind of a thing, so system does have features like the recursive and the loop patterns. So I will search for one of the series, I will drag it at a place, and then I can apply it in a recursive manner. So from 3rd of August, let's say I want to apply it till 20th of August. I want to loop it. So episodes are currently 8 episodes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then come back to the first episode. Right? I can apply it automatically in a sequence. If I want to exclude, let's say I don't want to apply it on the Saturdays, so I can skip the Saturdays. If I want to create a repeat pattern out of it, let's say first event I'm dragging on, let's say a specific time, then I want to create a repeat of it, or multiple repeats of it. I can configure the repeats, and with a single click of a button, it will automatically populate as per the details I have mentioned, the timings I have mentioned. Let's skip the part, apply recursive. So till 20th, loop it, and skip the Saturdays and apply. So it will apply it, right? So it works like this. So you can always like you can copy, paste strands, multiple features. For a spot synopsis you want to enter, you want to attach to a specific format for the slot, you can do it. In case it is a live event and you want to create breaks of it, so there is a faster segmentation option. You can simply select faster segmentation. You can create like let's say it's a match, so you want to create three breaks, let's say of 20 minutes each. So you say 20 into 3, then you want a last break of 10 minutes, so comma 10, and you can save it. Enter duration should be less than, okay, 6. So it can generate a version out of that, which will be 6 minutes each, and then it will be a 10 minute. So faster segmentation option, which will be helpful for the live sports, where they can create a break, they can edit a break in a faster manner. They don't have to go to the media management guys and ask to do so. They can always see the history of the show, like where all it is planned. Right? So, any questions from the planning so far? Because I'm just giving you an overview of it. So the solution does have a lot of features, like you want to copy paste, you want to do the complete copy paste of the planning, and there is an auto planning feature as well, which is basically you set up the flavors of the complete slots. Like in, let's say in morning you want some cricket matches, in the daytime you want some action movies if it's a general entertainment, right? In the evening, you want a specific genre or a cast and crew basis slots. So you set up the complete flavor of the complete days and time bands, and system can generate a tentative plan for you, which you like. You can implement it on the planner, and then you can make the adjustments which are required. So auto planning by slot is also available. Just to give you a gist, so these are some of the preferences which are available at the user level, so that they can set up their own color preferences, how they want to see the live events, repeats, primary, premieres, or invalids. They can set up what details they want to see on each planned item in what sequence. So they can set up this. This is a general setting where they can set up the day start times. So it can be a 0 to 0, it can be a 4 to 4, or 6 to 6. What is the slot duration they want to see, uh, view they want to work on a daily view or they want to work on a weekly view. They can set it up day start, prime time start time, right? And they can also enable a different time zone so that they can see the start time in multiple time zones. So that can also they can configure, right? And in bottom, some of the other options which are there is like you can highlight some of the icons on the each planning item. So if there is an invalid format, it is coming from the contract. The no segment is attached, or if it has a break format attached. So the icons you can enable so that you can see it on the planning grid. Then in the last, there is a genre specific color. So if some user wants to see a genre specific color, so they can enable genre specific colors and give this independent color codings to basically visualizes as they want it. So now I will be jumping on the scheduling part. But before that, so guys, do you want to go inside the ad sales module as well, or it's offers?
No, the ad sales is not with this group. It's a different group.
Okay, so I'll give you just
But
overview
but,
what.
but if you want to have a quick jump on that, because
Correct.
at the end
Yes.
of,
Yeah.
I
So
think we can also learn about it,
yeah. So
because it's also one thing that we may have in the future, near future.
right. So in the sales, we have the agencies management, the client management. You can manage the clients, like what all details are related to client, which agencies belong to it, who sales executive brought it. Uh, for the booking purpose of the spots, you can also manage like spot separation, which is a very key feature. Like system validates that okay, this client wants that my commercial spot should be at least with the 10 minutes gap. So system validate all those stuff. Then this is the major thing, which is the campaign for the booking. let's say I have a campaign. So this is highlighting you that what is the booking release order, from what date to what date it is valid, deal type, for which agency and client it belongs to. Right in the bottom, we can see like for what multiple channels this release order is, what commercials are going to be executed under it, right? And on the right hand side, we can see we can set up the targets like as per the release order, like how much the maximum amount it is, how much spot needs to be executed, how many maximum FCT going to be executed, like that. So once this all release order details are entered, the main module is the booking part, where you select the campaign and you do the booking. So for booking, you have three options. First option is like you can fill up the form, like from this time and to this time, and we want this number of spots at this rate for these commercials on these days. You can set up, you can add using a form. The second option is you can download an Excel template and you can fill it up. Yeah.
Okay,
Let me.
we've got the idea. We've got the idea. We can move on.
Okay. Okay, the third option is the import PDF booking. So like we have, but this option requires integration uh, with your formats. Like let's say you have an agency called GroupM, which is serving you the release orders in the PDF. So one time we need to integrate with the format of the GroupM so that system reads the same thing, right? So this is one part. The next is we go back to the module. Later on, if you want to update the booking commercial, so you have the booking transfer features, you have make good features, you have update line number features, where you can basically, after doing the booking, there are any adjustment coming in from the sales, so these can be incorporated. Apart from this, the solution also has the rate card feature, where you can define different rate cards for each time band, so that if any executive is booking under that value, so that has to go through the complete approval process. So you can manage like for this channel these days, this time band to this time band, we have a minimum booking amount of this for a particular spot, so that uh, there is no undervalue bookings. And if there is any, so he can go through the approval process before putting it on the live channel. Once the sales part is done, we will go back to the planning section and I will open one of the schedules. So this is how the schedule looks like um, in the header level, basically the show level. We can expand one by one, or we can expand the complete schedule so that we can see the breaks. Right on the right hand side, I have my complete media library, which again I can filter. I can in media category type. I can filter by. Yeah, I think it's fine now.
You can.
Okay, so you can filter your media category by your media management, like media categories you want to filter by interstitials, you want to filter by promos, break bumper, show IDs, any specific brand or product for the commercials, specific durations, or they are created for a specific period of time, right? And you can create a template out of it as well. So that next time you don't have to select each and everything, you can simply go to this template part and you can simply select it to filter it out. Each user can have their own templates. On the right hand side, we will see like how many book commercials, if there are multiple book commercials coming in for different brands, for different time range from to time range 2, we can see that, right, from different campaigns. And now the thing is, now we have to fill it. Let's say there are 100 of commercials coming in, so we don't have to fill it one by one. We can, there is an option for autofill book spot, so that system algorithm executes and it will automatically fill up the book spot as per their time range they are booked for, right? And taking care of few of the constraints. Let's say if I'll execute it now, autofill book spots. So system will execute it automatically in my schedule throughout. And I have some constraints to be taken care of as well. So let's say these are my constraints. So I can set up a constraint for a channel for, let's say, promos and the commercials, that you I don't want the back-to-back commercial scheduling. I don't want the back-to-back same brand product scheduling. There is a commercial limit in every break. I want to place the commercial in internal or external breaks. Same commercial should not be repeated within the same break, or duration limit per hour. All these things system takes care while auto plotting the commercials as well. Coming back to the schedule, now if a user wants to change any specific version from the schedule itself, so they can go to the version tab and they can see if there are more versions out of this movie or this content, they can switch the version and make it as an active version, right? They want to create a new break, like it's a, let's say, sports event or any live event, they can again create a faster segmentation and cut the breaks. If they want to reduce the break size, they can also go with the edit duration, so that if it is, let's say, a 1 hour slot decided, but now it is going for, let's say, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, or if they need to increase, they can increase it from the schedule itself. Copy paste are the general features in the schedule. Apart from that, let's say now I want to fill the promos. So similarly for the promos as well, we have features like you can select multiple promos which you want to fill, and there are rules for the autofilling as well. So these all what I'm showing is the automated processes apart from the legacy drag and drops which are already available. So I can set up like, okay, from this timeline to this timeline, I want this promo to be executed 20 times. So I can set up there. So and system will eventually automatically distribute it throughout the schedule as per the time range I have given to it. Now, for every header, let's say you have filled it and there is the under and I am seeing which is 13 minutes. Or let's say after the promos, it becomes 6 minutes or 4 minutes, which I need to eventually fill it. So I can fill it at a header level as well, where I tell the system slot autofill. So that system will automatically fill up those 3 minutes with the variations I have given to the system. And for the variations, we have a specific module where you can tell the system that manage underrun and overruns. So these items you can use to manage it, right? These are some of my variations for 5 seconders, 10 seconders, 15 seconders at a different positions I can configure, and it will be automatically populated. Now in the schedule, let's say my schedule is packed. Now I have to, let's say, do a global replacement, something, one of the promos has changed, it comes a new version. So I can select anything and I can use the global features as well. Like I can use the find and replace, or I can use the global replacements as well. So that from throughout the schedule, with a single click of a button, I can change a specific media with another one, right? This is one thing. Now, next is the graphic execution part. In the graphic execution, we have this module, secondary events, where I have the prototype, which are actually the secondary events. So I have, let's say, created this now, next, and later. So automatically I have attached on the text number 1, I want to pass the now playing. On the text number 2, I have passed the next playing. Different rules I can create, and I can create multiple rules out of it as well. Like I can self create my own rules, right? Which title, which property I need to put in to pass into the secondary event. I can set up like what is the start offset, end offset on upon the primary event when I need to trigger it in on the primary event. I can set up the rules, like it can go on all segments, it can go on first, mid, any specific one, all except first, like that. I can also set up like the groups, like it will, this graphic will be executed on segments only or a specific category of program, right? Also, if this belongs to a specific show only, the secondary event, I can also attach the media so that it doesn't go elsewhere if someone else tries to do it as well, right? So the system can validate that. Then there is a style sheet which is actually a bunch of secondary events. So let's say I have added one. So here I have attached now, next, and later, and I have attached the channel bug, which I have to schedule throughout my playlist, right? Which is my daily work. So I can create a group of it, and then I go to the scheduling. I select all my headers, or I can select specific ones as well, and I tell the system that okay, secondary events apply style sheet. So I tell the system okay, apply this one. So it will apply the graphics on my complete playlist with a single click of a button. And now if I see on a specific segment, I'll see the graphics. I can see now, next, and later, and channel bug is attached. And if I see on the interstitial, I can see only the channel bug because now, next, and later is configured only for the segments. So system has taken the rules automatically. And I can see in the now, next, and later, the titles are automatically picked up as well. Fighter is going on right now, and the second content, the third content. For each and every content, it has automatically taken the titles to pass into the now, next, and later for the secondary events. So, any questions so far from the shading side?
Good.
Okay. So once the playlist is, let's say, completely ready, and we can export it through we can do a SFTP, we can export it in the PDF, Excel formats, and the automation format, which will be the XML, BXF, PXF, anything which the automation supports. Or we can also do the push playlist if the API is integrated with the playout, so that you don't have to export the file and then send it to the automation guy. It will directly append in the automation. Next is the MAM asset report as well, so that in case the MAM is also integrated, so that's it. You can check from the scheduling system that which content is missing, if there is a duration mismatch, or if the content is ready to be TX, right? So all that you can see. Now, apart from that, there is a checklist as well. So every user can configure their own checklist before publishing the schedule, so that there is no back-to-back media, no back-to-back product, brand, no underrun and overruns are left. Every content is previewed. All segments are in the sequence. Media is versioned. Secondary event duplication is not there. Uh, clash check is also a part of it, so that the same content doesn't go on air on multiple channels during the same time. Right, client spot separation, right? Multiple checklists the user can configure as per their requirements, and they can do a check before publishing the schedule. So once the playlist is ready, the playlist is sent to the automation for on air, and we receive the answer. Then comes in the reconciliation modules. In the reconciliation modules, we can basically do for a specific channel. On the left, the schedule will be loaded. On the right hand side, the Azran will be loaded. Let's say we were doing for 27th the schedule. So if I go to 27th, load, so I can see 28. So you can see the schedule on the left hand side, which is scheduled, and if the Azran is coming in from the automation, Azran will be loaded on the right hand side, and we have an automatic reconciliation process, so that you don't have to match one by one. And this reconciliation is also a workflow automation as a backend service for us, which triggers at a specific daily time, pulls the Azran and do the automatic reconciliation and send the email notification as a summary. If all the commercials were reconciled, if any extra commercials were found in the schedule, or any missed commercials during on air, so that you can create a report out of it as well. So once the reconciliation is done, then we have the billing section where you can create the invoicing. So you can see that which campaigns the reconciliation is ready for, right? And I will show you one invoice sample.
Quick question: As user authorization and management, can we have several profiles that has access to several areas? Let's say I'm a ad manager. I just
Correct.
want to see my ad part. I'm the guy from the not the regie, but the content production. I just want to see what is missing in the main part. I'm the guy from product. I'm from with so having different areas just says they can only see some areas of the product.
Correct. So we have a user administration part, which is available for the admin user. So you can create.
Sorry to interrupt your presentation because we are getting short on time. We just want to go direct to what is needed. Sorry. Thanks.
Yeah. So the user management part is there, so that you can create the different users and you can create different roles as well, right? So you can create a planner role, you can create a scheduler roles. So you can have different roles, right? And even out of that, you can have module level administration. Like you want to give a rights to the media management part only. Even in the media management, you want to give the rights for the series or the movie or the long or short form only. So you can attach only specific rules to that guy. So let's say this guy has access to the contract import part only. So you can give a rights to the ingestion part. You want to give him the contract rights only. So you can give him the contract rights as well. So you can give specific module rights to him.
Okay, on the right side, the menu will be simplified with just the areas that he can access.
He will have only that limited menu. Correct.
Nice.
Even at a channel level as well, so that if you have like multiple channels in the group and you're creating a user for and you want to give him rights for a specific channel only, so he'll get the rights for that only. So you can assign him the channels as well. So you can create also, let's say you have the planner where you want to give him the rights for the planning, the prime time planning or slots related to planning. You can create a role as well. So like these are the roles. If I select, let's say planning, so automatically planning related modules will be added, right? If I say traffic related modules will be added like that. So you can create your own role, different groups as well, according to your preferences. And for the administrations, all these drop downs which you are seeing inside the application, all these comes under the masters. So you can manage different masters for each and everything, for the traffic side, for the sales side, so that user can select them in the drop downs, right? So administrator can configure it so that they will have limited things which they need to enter, right? Then comes in the reporting structure. So before that, I would like to showcase you the billing telecast part. So you can generate an invoices like this. So invoice is completely like customizable. So system generates the invoice, tax invoice along with the telecast certificate for each commercial, so that it can highlight where the actual spots went on air, what duration it went on air, right? To submit it to the agencies. Coming into the reporting part.
Can this be integrated with our own ERP? So because we have
Yes.
This can be integrated. I don't think that we will want to have this from your platform, but probably
right.
All the billing and amortization part should be. I think it may be on our ERP. I think it's SAP. I'm not sure, but I think it's SAP. And so, do you integrate with SAP, for example?
Yes, we have already done in the past.
Okay.
It's SAP, it can be QuickBooks or any other solution in the billing. We can integrate that. So next is the reporting part, where we can have the acquisition related report, airtime consumption related report, which is basically how much airtime consumption for the commercials is there, right? Booking schedule status, pre-log and post-log reports for the agencies where you have added the commercials like that, media history report, and there is a media master report as well. So multiple reports. Apart from this, the dynamic feature is like we export the API as well. We give you the API endpoint as well, so that you can have access to the system data, and you can integrate with your third-party tools like Power BI, Looker, or Tableau, and you can create dynamic reports out of that data. Yeah. So, any questions? I have tried giving you an overview of the complete solution.
No, I think it's clear enough.
And
Let me
rest,
tell you just quick feedback that I was also giving to my colleague. The UI is very simple and intuitive. Your UI. Well, I'm not the one that will be operating on a daily basis, so I don't know how easier it is compared to the current one that we have.
correct.
That should always be also be an evaluation point that we can then do if we move forward.
Right.
But in a high level way, from my point of view, your UI is very simple to understand and to operate. That is a very nice point.
Right. Also,
So
just want to highlight one point here.
congrats on that point.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Also, I want to highlight just a small thing, which is like uh, we have our own in-house technical team. So we focus upon problem level solutions. So we can customize the solution up to any extent. Like if it's a user level thing, it's like a specific role level thing, you think this can improve the efficiency of your workflow. We are ready to integrate or customize the solution up to any level.
Okay. One thing that is maybe important for you to explain is how does it works in terms of the support for the end user if they have a issue, a question, whatever.
So, starting, once we deploy the system, we have a 3 months handholding system where one of our user is available to answer the queries of the users, right? In the first 3 months warm up period. Post that, we have different packages for the support. You can have like an 8-hour support. You can have a like 12-hour extended support. You can have 24-hour support like that. And there is a complete ticketing tool as well.
Yeah, regarding migration, so we
Yeah.
have already a system on working.
So
What are in your experience? What is this kind of let's say handover system?
Correct. So talking in terms of the data migration part, we have 3 different models. One is where you can give your data in the Excel, which we can import it in the system, right? Second option is we can give you the import templates so that you can fill in the data. And third option is you can give your database backup, and our DB administrator team can work on the data and extract the data out of it and import it into the new system. So in the past, we have done it like we have migrated from what's on BTS, SIMS, wide orbit. We have worked for our clients to extract the data out of their backup file. In our current project, my team is working with one of the client in the Middle East, Rotana Group, and we are extracting the BTS database for them to migrate all the data in the system. So there's different models we support, whichever you like, or the accessibility
Data going well. I will not. I promise that I was not going to talk about this, but this data migration part of the proposal.
I'm not the best guy to answer this. This should come from the business team, like Peter, Stefan, Joanna. These are the best guys to answer this.
Well, we have included professional services days. If I remember correctly, it was like 10 days of implementation, infrastructure setup, onboarding, whatsoever. So, Peter, I don't know if we can fit the data migration into these days. Well, I don't know what exactly you had in mind.
But we did offer professional services.
A good question, Joanna. It would also depend on what type of data we're referring to. What is the data that they have? We can discuss this when we come to that level. We definitely can discuss that.
Okay. So I know that we have an SQL database today. that is for the solution. So
Yeah.
I can also uncover a little bit the so we have a Portuguese solution that is
Okay.
called G Media, still G Media, that is
Okay.
very used in Portugal market in Brazil.
Okay. So
Yes.
I would like to highlight on top of it is like this solution is more than a decade old, and the first version of the solution was on the WPF, WCF, and SQL Server database. So yes, we do have a team of SQL Server database guys who can work on your database backup to extract the data. So yeah, we have an in-house team to do that job.
My concern is not the technology. My concern is understanding the data from one side, how it fits on your side. It's more than that.
We can extract the data and we can like modify it into the formats which we need to
Okay.
import into the system. So our
Okay.
DB team will do the job. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, but Fernando,
So-
feel free to send us a bit more info, because every detail basically helps us also to adjust the
Of course.
proposal if needed. So the more we know, the better for us, the more precise proposal we can
For sure.
provide to you. But yeah.
Okay. So guys, I think we are in the wrap up part. So I think first of all, nice solution, very
Thank you.
nice user interface at least, and very user friendly to understand all the components. Without being well, at this point I already know more about BMS, but without being an expert on BMS, it was very clear for me the path. Okay, having that part of for user management to understand. Okay, for this operator, he only needs access to this, and having a very clean menu. It's very important also for our model. Yeah. So well, the one of my main concerns. I only have two main concerns. One is operation in terms of user operating this, the way that they import stuff as more as possible. One thing that you didn't cover, but if you can have anything, do you have anything related? I didn't saw the answer to the RFP to you because it's like hidden who answered what yet. But in terms of any, let's say, AI planning or something like that, so we can have, for example, we are doing a schedule or doing a planning, and we have some auto suggested planning based on the content rules. Do you have anything on that? So any AI? I don't want to say AI because always using the AI buzzword. Do you have any, let's say, auto or suggestion of doing
Yes.
planning automatically, so to easy the work of the channel manager? Let's say this.
Correct. So to give you a glimpse of it, like on my screen, I have the planning slot where I said we can set up the flavors of each time band, or we can set up like in this time band, I want, let's say, the movie or the comedy genre, or it can be related to sports as well. Of different, let's say, you can set up like I want sports in the cricket thing, or football matches of the specific production years, like that. And you can set up the flavors. Once you set up the flavors of your complete channel for different time bands, you go to the planning, and there is an AI button in the bottom, which is auto planning with Boss AI. So you select the from and to period, and it will generate a tentative plan for you with the suggestions, right? And similarly, if you have a, let's say, sports events, you can there is an option for distribute planning. So let's say the sports event went on air. After that, you want to distribute it across your monthly grid. You can set up like, okay, I want this in a maximum placement. I want to play a 5 times repeat. I want to do it with for a specific, let's say, Monday on Wednesday, I want to create a repeat of it till this specific time with a minimum gap of at least this much hours. Retry gap so that system can automatically find an available slot to put that in. So multiple options are there, and we can explore more during the POC time. And yes, as we said, the team is working on the agentic AI to automate most of the areas related to planning, scheduling, and the metadata part as our initial project. So yeah, so the team
Have
is
you ever
working on it.
considered? So I will give you a feature. I don't think you have this feature. I will give this feature to you for free. I will not charge. But have you ever considered having a planner that could cross-check stuff like EMDB rating of content, cross-check with audience of a channel, and then suggesting better EMDB content on the hours where the audience is more related or more relevant, or and then suggesting low content on, let's say, off hours that people don't see, and making like a schedule based on this.
See, this is directly not available, but yes, in India, like people integrate with the bark rating data. They import the bark rating file in the system, and eventually, on basis of that, system can give you suggestions. So there can be a workaround like that. So in, in a similar way, we can work on the rating. Uh, like I can say, the institution they give the ratings. We can integrate with the data and work upon it. In India, we have integrated with the bark ratings data so that user can get an idea like what rating, what audience level rating this content has got during this specific time. So yes, there can be a something is available and something can be integrated to make it a useful feature in future.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have put on the
you can take your suggestions and integrate with the IMDb as well.
no.
Because we have
I will
already
just
integrated with IMDb.
I said the MDB, but could be some other source of
Yeah.
content relevance. Okay, I could give you an example. There is a lot of Portuguese content that is not the MDB, so just whatever the source of that would give content. But yes,
Correct.
Yeah.
So in India there is BARC.
So yeah, this is on my screen. I have opened the IMDb screen where you can search for the content and see the ratings out of it. So similar data we can pull it and use it as per our requirements.
nice. So, and do you have any, let's say, audience import that then you can cross-check as a report to say, okay, this schedule that you've done for the last week had this audience that could in some way overlap with the schedule, and to for the program manager say, okay, I've put it, let's say, $1 Million Baby at 9, and I increased my audience on that hour. Do you have any way of doing this kind of reports?
So currently, see, to be honest, that it can be easily developed. To be honest,
Okay.
so if we will have our data, then within a week that we can show you that what you want. So
Okay.
it is easily be done. That data should be there. This is the only missing gap.
Okay. Good. Guys, we are really over time.
Okay, Fernando, if you think it's useful to go deeper in any modules, just let us know and we will.
You also talk to Jose. If you needed, you talk with Jose also.
Yeah, exactly. Let him know. You inform the rest of us. Also, if you want to call with your operators, for example, if they want to take a look at the user interface, if that's helpful for the people who actually use the system, let us know. We're happy to have another call with them to show. So
Yeah,
we can always
these type of processes. Sometimes people like to have let's say, sectorial demos for different types of users in order to
Yes.
have their
Let's see
opinions. We are
then.
ready to do that when you want.
Yes. So we have several. Well, being open with you guys, we have several proposals. We will trim to just, let's say, two or three, two probably. And on those two is probably when we will go to trim to have more deep deep and if what better fits, because it doesn't make sense to do all this work of data migration, your operator understanding with all of them. Otherwise, it will consume a lot of time to everybody, even to you guys.
True.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't make sense in terms of effort. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to let you know that we will all be at IBC, so if you
yes,
have a
that
slot
was
by
going
then,
to be my point. We are all
Yeah.
good. We can just give a quick tour to your booth and to see with you, Jose.
Yeah.
Jose, I guess will be more than happy to bring me and Gonçalo to your booth and to have a quick chat.
Certainly.
Definitely.
Thank you for your time.
Great.
All.
Yeah, thanks
Okay,
for your time.
guys.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
demo.
everybody.
Speak
Thank
soon.
you. Take care.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon on NBC.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.